ugly, ugly, ugly. So disgusting. Okay, I know. My game looks so bad at the moment. So for the next two devlogs, I'm going to work on the visuals. In this video, I'll focus in the environment, and in the next one, I'll do the main character model and the three starters. I was planning to do it all at once, but since my art skills are -3, I had to split it up. Let's talk about how I came up with this environment. The first thing I did was to actually decide the art style, which previously was just random stuff put together. I decided to go for a stylized look. I didn't know stylized was a word until now, but that's what I'm doing. Yay! What could go wrong? Little did I know. Then I created a map for the world. I did the general shape and the area I'm working on. This map will be in the actual game, and also a minimap will be extracted from it. From this map, I created a height map. This way, I get better control of the terrain in Unity. Also, since this gets simpler and cleaner results, it fits better with the stylized look I'm going for. After that, I started working on a new tree. Since I'm a moron and I didn't record this for some reason, I'm going to make another tree and pretend it was the first one. At least, it will give the environment more variety when I add it into the game. To add the trees, I use the mask place option. Then I introduced some details manually. I got rid of the vegetation spawner because it didn't give me enough control over the trees and grass. The next few things I made were a custom skybox, new textures for the path and the ground, and a custom shader graph to make the leaves move, simulating wind. At this point, the forest started to look pretty good. It was time to get some grass in there, but that is easier said than done. My first approach was creating some simple grass mesh in Blender and then adding a custom shader graph to make it move like the leaves. But after doing it, I realized that Unity's terrain system doesn't let you use custom shaders. And if I override the default one, the performance was pretty bad. I'm not going to get very technical, but this didn't work. By the way, I'm impressed with how little information is out there about grass in Unity's terrain system. After a lot of researching, I found this amazing shader that basically creates grass from nothing. Just give it a plane with lots of vertices and voila! It is awesome, by far the best looking grass I've had. But it had the same problem with the default shader. Then I tried to create a plane in Blender with the same height map, but I wasn't capable of doing it. This would probably solve the problem, but at this point I was getting tired of the stupid grass and decided to just use the ugly billboards. Although I played with the detail resolution and some of the settings, the result turned out okay. I'll probably come back to this later and figure out how to use the swag grass. If you have any idea of how to solve this problem, please help me! I'm not trying to sound desperate, not at all. For some final touches, I added particles to simulate leaves falling from the trees and some post-processing effects. But when creating the particles, I stumbled across another problem. Once again, Unity's terrain system. So this is how trees work in a terrain system. Trees are not actually game objects, but a custom object that the terrain generates to increase performance. The problem with this is that it doesn't support particles. My way around that was to create a simple script attached to a child of the terrain and then loop through every tree and instantiate a particle system in its position. But the position in the y-axis is weird and I had to calculate it by adding an empty game object to the tree prefab called particle emitter so that I knew where to emit the particles from. And that's all. I know it's not too much, but I don't really know how much it's going to take me to model the character and starters, and I wanted this video out before 2021. There's still more polish to be done in the forest, but for now I want to start focusing on the player and starter models. Before ending the video, I want to thank all the support you guys gave me in the first devlog. I was expecting no more than 50 views, and it has almost 400. That's totally crazy. Also, your comments keep me motivated and energetic. By the way, one of you posted a comment with a pretty good idea for the game. He suggested naming the game Tournament of Fates, and I like it a lot, but it has two main problems. First, there's a similar game called Kindred Fates, and I want to differentiate my game from other games. Second, I think it is a bit hard to remember. I was looking for something more simple, easy to pronounce and remember. And after a lot of thinking, I finally have the name. Got it. It is easy to pronounce, short and cute. Also, it sounds like got it, which fits perfectly the theme of the game, which is catching gorrits. Yes, that's how the monsters are called, gorrits. What do you think? Do you like where I'm driving my game? If you like the idea, I'd appreciate a lot if you share this video. Also, if you want to have a closer look on the game, you can follow me on Twitter. I post screenshots of my progress there. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, you still there? Well, here's something that you get to see for staying until the end of the video. Here's Smeagol. Maybe you've seen it in the video, but I actually didn't talk about him because it isn't finished and I'm going to improve it. So I'll probably talk about it in the next devlog. But here's how it is right now. Do you like it? Also, if you want me to upload a detailed tutorial on how I created the environment, comment below, "I want the tutorial!" with 3 exclamation marks. Maybe I'll do it. Who knows?